how do I adjust the belt tension on my power steering? I looked around and for the most part, most of these power steering pumps, they look like they're fixed. So at first glance, when you look at it, you see this bar that goes across, but where in the world are you going to be able to adjust the belt tension on the power steering pump? And at first glance I said, oh, well, I guess you can't. There's no way to do it because it looks like it's fixed, right? I mean, that's what came to mind when I looked at it, but it is actually not the case. Before we get into that specific piece, take a look here. I got the Cricut all lined up. Let's go ahead and measure the tension on this, the pounds. Jeez, look at that. That's not good. I mean, it's like pretty much not even registering. Let me try it again. This is terrible. But look at it. I mean, what do? You just leave it alone? Because at first glance, that's what it looks like. And that's not enough tension. If it doesn't even hit 25 pounds, this thing's gonna slip and you're gonna have premature failure. I mean, obviously this one here, we've got 50 pounds, which is great. But here's something I was looking at. I swear I was staring at this thing for quite some time. And take a look. There's actually a bolt right there. You see that bolt? That's actually how you adjust it. And if you look, you have to get in there. It's hard to see on camera, but there's actually an adjustment piece. Oh, here's how you can tell. Look, right there. See it? So this pump actually is adjustable. It's just the way most people would think, right? The way you're gonna have to adjust it is you need to be able to get to that 1/2 inch bolt that's there. And the only way physically to get it is to essentially pull off this pulley. And that's why maybe some of the other pulleys you may have seen have spots where you can get to it without having to take this whole thing off. And maybe that would be something to consider in an upgraded design, is maybe even pulling this off and kind of making some holes in here. But it's at a 45-degree angle, so that's kind of tough. Well, let me tell you real quick what a better solution is, and that's right over here. These are super thin wrenches, right? And I said we need a 1/2 inch. Take a look how thin those are. This thing, I want to say these are like $8 on Amazon, but take a look. You can actually get to it, hopefully. I don't keep dropping my wrenches here. And see if I can get it on camera. And I did kind of loosen it already. But look, you can actually get to it with a thin wrench. All right. So now that you have access to it, like so, you can actually adjust the tension on this. So that's what I'm going to do now. Is I'm going to go ahead. The best way to do it is to get a ratchet, right? And you want to pull down on that at the same time you're tightening. And it may take a few attempts to get it, but I promise with a little bit of effort, you'll get that tension exactly where it needs to be, between 44 and 55 pounds. Actually, I got this one right at 55. And I tested it probably like 3 times to get the best results, and I'm pretty happy with it. But that is a trick there, and I wanted to make this video for you all because it had me thinking. I said, how in the world do you actually tighten the tension on your power steering belt? And there you go. So once again, this is the tools that I recommend. It's super thin wrench. If you've ever used thin wrenches before, I don't think a typical thin wrench will work, but the super thins do. And I think this was like $10 to get these, and they also come in metric. The power steering pump does mention that it's metric, but I got the 1/2 inch on that one just fine. I was kind of going back and forth because this one is actually a standard bolt. So I imagine that one as well, regardless of if that was metric. I think the metric piece is, you know, something else on there. But anyway, that one appears to have been a 1/2 inch and didn't slip at all. So anyway, hope you liked the video. As always, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and we will catch you on the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Take it easy.